Hello again everyone and welcome back to The Witcher 3. We are back here at Corvo Bianco and we need to head back to Maelashir's Long Cemetery. So I think we'll just take the fast travel point to there. Over there. And then we shall make this resonance. So, what is that? Oh, of course, it's a goddamn Arcus Ball.
You like that silver?
When is it not an Arcus Ball? Like, let's be honest. When is it not an Arcus Ball? It's either an Arcus Ball or a goddamn Foglet. It's always one of the two. Right, can I actually come in the normal way this time? Yes, I can. That's nice. Clearly he's not bothered about his privacy anymore. Is there anything else in this place out of curiosity that would... Biography of the Vampire... Ah! One of the most extraordinary individuals I've encountered during my numerous adventures at Geralt's side was the vampire known as Regis. To be precise, he was known as Emil Regis Rohalek Terziev Godfrey. Or Godfrey. By his own reckoning, he was 428 years old and was the descendant of the unfortunate beings trapped in our world during the conjunction of spheres. You are surely thinking, dear reader, about Katakans, Alps, and other such monsters, and are pondering how it was that the Witcher, who it must be admitted is a slayer of monsters, came to keep such company. I must here explain that Regis was a higher vampire, a creature which physically does not differ all that much from a man. Higher vampires are also much more powerful than their wild confreres, and their regenerative abilities significantly outpace those of anything else you've encountered or can even imagine. But it is not because of his outer appearances or inner strengths that Regis became our dear companion. True, he could be pretentious and rather pompous in his frequent length perorations, but one would be hard-pressed to find in him the haughtiness usually present in higher beings. Regis valued human life dearly and refused to kill unless forced to do so. As he once confessed, higher vampires do not in fact need to drink blood at all in order to survive. They treat it somewhat as we treat alcohol. A rough grasp of this dynamic might be given to you by the fact that when we met him, Regis had been abstinent for years. He never revealed to us why he decided to join our search for Ciri. He had never met her before, nor did he live to see her. He died at Stig Castle during the battle against the Mad Mage Vilgafort, who was responsible for the whole affair. He died for a cause which he surely did not fully understand, but he did it to defend those he held dear and simply because it was the right thing to do. I shall always remember him as a rural surgeon reeking of herbs. That is how he came to us during our first encounter at the Fencan Necropolis, when he treated me and my companions to a fantastic brew he made from mandrake roots. Wherever you are, my friend, bottoms up. That's nice. If only Dandelion actually knew he wasn't dead anymore. Lived to a ripe old age. In fact, he lived so long he died of boredom. Brilliant. Right, Regis, good news. I have said,
Think your friend's hand
I have said
nice broth?
brew.
You've clearly honed your sense of humor. But we are not cannibals, Geralt. I took a fragment of tissue from the hand. It will suffice to prepare some resonance.
What did you do with the rest?
I cremated it, as our codex commands. A raven told me you'd acquired the necessary ingredient.
Helpful creatures, ravens.
Pretty helpful creatures. Call on them often?
I try not to overdo it. But they can be so useful. As they were now, when I merely needed to be sure I could arrive in time should things go sour.
Managed fine alone, but thanks for the thought. Gonna need much longer to finish brewing resonance? Mentioned a last ingredient, too. What about that?
Lovely hat you've got on that skeleton, by the way, Regis.
Troublesome. You see, to use the concoction to summon the memories of one, the solution must contain the blood of another specimen of the same species.
Oh, brilliant.
Shouldn't be a problem. I happen to know a higher vampire who should be willing to help. Right, Regis?
It's not that simple, I'm afraid. While you were away, I tried my damnedest to identify a replacement, but alas, none such exists.
Not sure I understand what the problem is.
Yeah, why isn't
Can't
your
you
blood
draw
just...
some of your blood?
The blood must be in an agitated state. As I'm certain you know, higher vampires can change their corporeal shell. As our flesh changes, so does our blood's chemical composition. To make a long story short, I shall need to induce in myself a state of strong psychokinetic arousal. In brief, madness, rabidity.
Oh.
That stands to be very, very dangerous.
Dangerous? Who for?
Dangerous? Why? I mean, you'll still be you, right?
True. But I should be highly agitated, in a state of fury. You know better than I that fury cannot be controlled. If you've ever seen an enraged vampire, you know very well that all who find themselves nearby will be in grave danger.
How will we handle that? I'd rather not have you lunge at me, claws extended.
That makes two of us. But worry not. I've thought it through very thoroughly. Details to follow soon.
Details to follow soon.
All right, so what do you want to do?
We shall visit Tesham Mutna, an ancient vampire estate.
Ah, that place, yeah.
There we will find cages suspended in the air. I will enter one, be confined. You will lure beasts there. Beasts you will then kill. The bloodletting should prove profuse. Abundant enough so that the blood scent will drive me mad. Wild.
Okay, this place, tell me more.
Tesham Mutna. What's it like?
It is a place of torment. A torture chamber. Long ago, shortly after we'd arrived in this world, one among us named Kagmar developed such a taste and lust for human blood that in one night he could imbibe an entire village. This brought trouble on the entire species. Common folk wearied quickly of living in constant fear. They began to hunt us, seek the aid of mages and witches in tracking us down.
So what? Not like they could ever hope to kill you.
But they were bothersome. Forgive the comparison, but when did you last enjoy mosquitoes buzzing around your head? In any case, the other vampires decided something had to be done. Kagmar had to be caught and punished. A torture chamber was thus outfitted in the dungeons of Tesham Mutna. Inside it, a cage made entirely of a special alloy of silver, dalvinite, and meteorite steel. Kagmar was captured and locked in the cage. Sat there over 2 centuries, driven to fury time after time, never able to escape. Thus I know the cage will withstand the fury to which we shall drive my humble being.
Right. That seems like a good plan. Fucking hope it works anyway. Well, might as well go, I guess. Oh, actually, wait, no. I need to prepare.
Little expedition's starting to sound dangerous. Think I better prepare.
I understand completely. Do tell me when you're ready to set off.
Got ya. Oh no, it is still like Age of 4. I was gonna say that there is a... Oh, my last thought before I succumb to sleep. What is this? If there is no death, does life exist? Hate is a very interesting feeling. I've noticed that people improve themselves with it to great effect. Sometimes I would like to stop thinking. If we were to create a god as humans have, what would he be like? People justify bad deeds by good intentions. I'm not sure if there is greater idiocy. I would drink the freshly squeezed blood of an infant. I know I can't, but I hope that its velvety taste will send me to sleep. I strive to live like a person, and it means that I have ceased to feel good among people as well as among my own. Maybe I made a big mistake. I've always wanted to write, I'm very tired and fuck it all. People don't think about the present, they usually remember old times or worry about the future. I have a feeling that my friend Detlef will die, I am sad. Oh. Interesting reading all these things of Regis. Yeah, the reason I was hesitant to go straight away was because I believe there is one more unmarked quest that will come up after like Age of 4 finishes, but this is still part of like Age of 4, which makes sense. Which now, given what we're going to do, Regis. The name makes a lot more sense.
Might we set off for Tesham Mutna now?
So yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
See no reason to dawdle. Tesham Mutna.
Let's go and execute Regis's plan here.
Just one last thing.
What was that?
Blood. Oh, the last favor the Raven did me. I've also taken some Sancurium, a solution that sharpens one's sense of smell. One drop of blood shall smell like a gallon to me now.
Oh, Jesus.
You crazy? You're a recovering addict.
Your outrage warms my heart, Geralt. But You must remain calm. I have no choice.
I hope there's no blood on Geralt right now, otherwise...
High time we set off for Tesham Mutna. My head's spinning already, and you're starting to smell quite tasty.
And you're starting to scare me.
And me as well. Holy hell! This is a dangerous proposition, definitely. I hope this doesn't end badly for Regis, because he is taking a hell of a punt here. I understand he wants to find his friend, but still. Let's hope this doesn't end in disaster.
We have arrived. The sacrificial chamber of torture and torment lies underground.
You sure you want this?
Sure you know what you're doing?
I can only hope I do. Please, let's go. The longer we delay, the less control I shall have of my faculties. I'd really prefer not to hurt you.
Lead the way. Let's get this over and
lead.
done with quickly. Uh-oh. Oh, Jesus Christ. What the hell is that?
Scurvers must be getting close to their feeding ground.
Correct. I told you there'd be danger.
That's a lot of blood for Regis to be smelling as well, by the way.
Beyond this wall lies
An ancient vampire dungeon. Seen a lot of things.
Oh,
in
this
my
was the
time.
wall we couldn't go through
Nothing
last
quite
time, I
like
remember.
this, though.
I feel honored. A man with such a wealth of experience, yet I'm about to show him something new. Now, to open it.
So that's how you open it. You cast an ancient symbol on it. Okay.
Hell?
It's an ancient form of protection against unwanted guests. The mechanism which releases the latch reacts only to a higher vampire's blood.
Tricky mechanisms.
Jesus Christ.
Vampire hideout.
Let's just quickly check Regis's updated bio. So Geralt's encounter with the White left him with the ingredient Regis needs to brew resonance. Once he delivered, however, he learned there was still one thing missing, the blood of a higher vampire. Geralt thought this would prove no trouble until Regis explained only the blood of a vampire in a highly aggravated state would do. They thus would need to invoke maddening bloodlust in Regis, who had abstained from that vampiric vice for years. He's doing a lot for us, isn't he?
Fortified,
Jesus.
secured. Must have been important to your species once, Toussaint.
It shall always be so. During the conjunction, the gate from our world into this one opened upon this land and no other. This was the first place we saw.
Champion of Tesham Mutna. I am he who serves the tribe. Exalted above men, I renounce human weakness. Uplifted above men, I become keeper of my flock. Filled with strength, I turn my sword against the enemies of the tribe. I am master and slave. I am executor of the will of the tribe. I accept this sword and this armor so I may serve the tribe. A Tesham Mutna Armor Set. Human husbandry and care.
Husbandry and care? This for real?
Yeah. The most important aspect of raising human livestock is to provide the herd with conditions that on the one hand guarantee their survival, but on the other hand do not extend too far beyond the minimum needed for that survival. It should be borne in mind that people are creatures bestowed with great intelligence, or rather cunning and instincts that allow them to gain as much as possible from their environment. In terms of husbandry, this means humans will always try to obtain more than we give them. It is recommended, therefore, to provide each individual with a place to sleep, a meal twice a day, and permanent access to water. These conditions, which might seem overly luxurious to some, ensure the optimal production of high-quality hemoglobin. More details on diet in later chapters. Also essential is access to air, without which humans die within minutes. There is no need to be concerned about the ability of human livestock to multiply in the conditions described above. If they are ensured a minimal existence of male and females are mixed, they will copulate irrespective of whether they are in captivity or not. It's true. It is worth mentioning here there is a school of thought that suggests treating human livestock with greater freedom and care, including providing them with better quality fodder and a certain degree of freedom. This allegedly ensures a greater amount of favourable elements in the blood and makes it tastier. However, it is worth mentioning that this method of husbandry is much more difficult and requires emotional bonding techniques, which will be discussed in the following chapters. Holy shit.
The author observed humans, their behavior, over the many years he spent breeding them. Morally suspect though it may be, it's a thorough survey of the topic.
This place. There's evil here. Death hangs in the air.
Yes. A great many beings have breathed their last here.
I can tell that just by looking at the place, I'm not gonna lie. Holy hell.
Glyphs are carved into the rock. Coated with blood used to be. They mean something?
They're emblems, symbols of, well, what you would call tribes, dispersed throughout the world after the conjunction.
Tesham Mutna mask.
My ancestors placed them here to remind us all where we came from.
Well, the armor's not the best, so it's all heavy stuff as well. So, do we have the mask, or is that like a junk or a quest item by any chance? Oh, it's a quest item. Oh, it's part of a set. Killing opponent restores vitality. Ah, interesting. Well, we're using the feline armor, we don't actually wear it, so that's nice. Okay. Battery cage versus free-range humans.
Assembled a peculiar little library.
In recent decades, many of us have come to believe that a much more effective way of obtaining good quality human blood than hunting individuals is their systematic controlled husbandry. Apart from the obvious advantages such as being able to control what the flock eats and the ability to crossbreed specific individuals to obtain offspring with the best hemoglobin, another clear advantage to breeding human flocks is that domesticated humans held in confinement, as opposed to those in their natural habitats, become less aggressive and therefore less troublesome. When it comes to farming humans, there are various schools, of which two seem to have gained the widest acceptance in recent times, namely battery cage and free-range husbandry. This thesis describes in detail the advantages and disadvantages as well as the methods of carrying out each type of breeding. As an introduction, it is worth mentioning the basic differences between both types. Battery cage human husbandry, described very accurately and in detail in the book Human Husbandry, is the placing of several male and female individuals in a closed restricted space with permanent access to air, food and water. This form of breeding differs from free range in that the flock is not permitted to leave the breeding area and is held captive the entirety of their lives. Free range, on the other hand, involves leaving the flock in its natural habitat or creating a habitat that simulates it closely, i.e. creating villages, more on which can be found in the chapter Human Villages, establishing and growing a herd. What is this? And then making the herd psychologically or physically dependent on its owner. The most effective method for making a human individual dependent is guaranteeing its safety and permanent access to high quality feed. It is worth adding that a human that trusts its owner does not feel fear and does not defend itself when having its blood drunk, which limits the production of noradrenaline and cortisol, which have a negative impact on the taste of the blood. Furthermore, it may happen that a domesticated free-range human may feel a certain pleasure when its owner drinks its blood, most likely associated with sexual tension, which causes an intensification in the blood's flavour.
Indeed.
Right.
Though I personally did not lay a hand to it.
And this one? Which tribe's this?
Garisham. My tribe, and Deadlough's. We both remained in this part of the world.
What's this symbol mean?
It's the symbol of the Tedet. Those who went east, beyond the Blue Mountains.
This is a hell of a...
Cells? Who for?
Ah, disgraceful. Excruciatingly so, this particular page from our history. I'd rather not summon the demons of the past if it's all right with you.
Sure thing.
Whose is this glyph?
Amaran. They ventured beyond the sea.
Holy hell.
And this one? Which tribe's this?
Garisham.
Yeah, we've already seen that
My
one.
tribe, and Deadlough's. We both remained in this part of the world.
Transcript of a conversation with a lower being. Transcript of a conversation between Master Ezekiel Hildegard and a human being. Who are you? My name is Alex Biscont. Why is all your skin trembling? I'm scared, sir. You're scared? I don't understand. You don't know what fear is, sir? No, I have mastered your language, yet some concepts are beyond me. What is fear? It's a feeling that destroys every other feeling. It controls your head and your heart. What do you mean? I thought it was a kind of pain. I've carried out tests in my laboratory on people and I discovered that a mother subject to appropriate stimuli is able to forget about her child and think only about how to avoid pain. So fear will be similar to pain? No, pain rules the body, but fear is born in the heart. Oh yes, what you say is very interesting. I think I'll have to examine your heart in the laboratory. What do you mean examine? I mean examine, take it out and subject it to a proper examination. But sir, that would kill me. Yes, your mortality is a great inconvenience, but it was not me who created your species. I am not responsible for its excessive frailty. The conversation was carried out in human language and such it was written down. The transcription does not need translating. Holy shit. They treat them with such just... I don't know even know what the word is. Casualness? Notice if it's Tesham Mutna prisoner. I found a piece of parchment that fell from the pocket of one of the monsters. I also have a lump of coal. I would write this in my own blood, but I have hardly any left. I'm cold. Every third day they come and open my veins, after which I cannot move. I can't go on much longer. From the next cage I hear the howls of terrified people. If I had the strength I would smash my head against the bars. I hope it won't go on much longer. Aloar from the cage next to me died yesterday. They drank him to death. This must have irritated them because I heard them arguing in their strange language. They brought new people this morning. You could say that a supply of fresh blood arrives. They have no idea what they are in for. My only comfort is that I know I are ready and I won't have to live through this terror. The terror that I felt the first time they came for me. I had no idea what they wanted until they pulled out their shiny instruments. I've never seen such beautiful metal. My blood glistened a purple silvery colour in those instruments.
What's this symbol mean?
It's the symbol of the dead. Those who went east.
Yes,
beyond
yes.
the Blue
Okay.
Mountains.
On that note, guys, we're going to end this episode here, I think. Next episode, we shall follow Regis deeper into this place and hopefully be able to carry out this plan. And hopefully after that, we can get the hell out of here as well. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next episode of The Witcher 3. Have a beautiful day, guys. Bye-bye.